Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. Very excited to be alive and to be live. Today, Fambulem, na the 16th of May, 2023. The episode regarding elections, which is looming large upon us, and the countdown continue. Now, in will continue, so now the platform then and now. During this period, we intend, as we don't begin for do, for invite people from all spectrums of the political society and for come na the platform for can have a conversation with us, so that they go able for use the platform for explain themselves to the Sierra Leonean people. In this regard, we open up the channel to everybody involved, everybody with intention for convey the message to the Sierra Leonean people without let or hindrance, without any bias, but for make sure say that Fambulen get the opportunity for use the platform for convey the message. And Fambulen, like again, like I say, I must use the opportunity for apologize to Una because we run late and because of some technical issues we'll be get for resolve very quickly. And for make sure say people can participate, we they ask for let Una shape the program, so at least people can go here. And we don't also send link to Mr. Jallo, who we invite for this program. You go don't get a link by now, so you can use the link, here for Sheban to come read them. So family, once more, I want for remind you now, this is not the TNN TV media empire, also how they have conversation. Unlike any other side, impartial, non-biased, very articulate, very eloquent, very succinctly put, and everybody is open to this channel for join and have a conversation. And this not stop here. The rising star of television right now, I can tell you now, is none other but Sekou John Barry, who will be airing or holding this interview, and he will introducing guests. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you now, please don't touch that dial. I promise you now, it's going to be interesting. It's
Okay,
over to you.
Fambule Mona, good evening. This na Saiku John Barry, the presenter owner, like we usual program, like how the CEO don't explain to now we dey talk about elections, issues we get for do with national politics, development, with key stakeholders like various political stakeholders or people we get for do with Sierra Leone politics. Today we get Mr. Jallo, Mohammed Jallo, or they call him Maj. We now one of the great guys, them big man. Then we now the chief whip for NGC, now the UK and I, and then we get on today in our studio for come discuss issues we related to the current and the much talk about great alliance, the progressive alliance between the NGC and the SLPP. So, Mr. Jallo, you are welcome. Please introduce yourself more so that people can go know who that they talk to them.
Well, family, on a good evening. Mina Mohamed Ali Jallo of the NGC UK and I, and also of the NGC National Party. And for time being, I just get to say good evening to you all. And also, I'm very happy for the in front of Una today for enlightening about the alliance and also about the NGC party. Thank you to you, Mr. Psycho John, for inviting me at the dinner now, for make sure say I inform the people and also give the formidable informations, not the lie news what people are not the area about, but at the cogent rule the news for the NGC party. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Psycho John.
Okay, Mr. Jallo, but one make you tell Fambul them really waiting na you role, would na you na the NGC.
Well, me are the chief whip of the NGC UK and I, and also the coordinator for the NGC when at the National Global Media Team. Thank you.
Okay, so also we want for make you touch like in this area more like the alliance, the great alliance, the alliance we don't spark debate na various platforms, na attire base back home, na various groups, among people them. Waiting come with this alliance.
Well, Famulem, this alliance, for remember again, when Dr. Kanye be the talk, the day when they signed the alliance, that means money. Now, idea we don't come up for time immemorials in around 2014. So now, it build up at that particular time, say, we need for bring come people in together in the country for unite the country. Salon not only need one political party for make Salon. Salon need everybody, especially the progressives. So if you see for less Salon go before for now transform the country a fit for now we get a brings them for come together for promotes and for promote the ideology of that progressive alliance day. So first we start with the COP, or what we know say the NGC be they engage with the COP when at 13 political parties them. Then after that particular process, we be in consortium with them. So the alliance not be I will not be able to get the alliance from the that particular process day. We end up with the alliance we get the one of the progressive alliance of the NGC and the SLPP together. For
So
me,
what have
yeah,
been the problem with that COP? What been go wrong? Why would I not be able for form an alliance?
well, COP, and if you say, first of all, the idea of COP, we start with our consortium for try for bring come all the opposition political parties them for come together for help push country first and also provide um, constructive criticism and checkmate the activities of the government in power when at the SLPP at that particular time. So because of the rub skin of political parties, they will see the ideas they flow and people and they will try for rub skin better. And we see if we will take this thing to another stage, and that particular thing they lead we to the topic where people in the talk now say, now we try for get a coalition on the COP, but we know how we end because the political parties who we get one about 12 of them, the major party when I be the APC, not be cooperative. Then we know what happened at Kitchum where Dr. Kande they get the call from His Excellency the President for invite and say he want to talk to him party, he want to talk to Ram for now we get the idea of forming an alliance. So from that Kinchom, and we know say there was talks going around on with the president, with Dr. Kande, and also all along we go on behind the scene, and we get the popular visit Nakicho, I mean our tune of the of we leader we go honor the invitation of the president for pray for the country on January 1. So for me, from that particular time, people don't begin they try for ask say, is he going to SLPP or is the NGC going members are they heading for SLPP? So that particular time, we keep everything intact, we keep the secrets, and we know what we repair, and the negotiation was going behind the scene, and we end up forget today what to get the progressive alliance. And this progressive alliance, now an alliance will create a national cohesion for the country. We don't see what happen at the country right now. The country is polarized, and we need a united country for now push the agenda of for bring can development our country. So when the president ushered that branch day to NGC and to Dr. Kande, we from that same day we get those talks and we lead way to the progressive alliance where the document was signed at Bintumani. Over
Okay,
to you, sir.
Mr. Jallo, thank you very much. Okay, you're talking about promoting national cohesion, strengthening like unity in the country, but now remember the NGC, all man be know, like now una been coined this word, Alusain and Alasan. Una talk a lot about them two political parties, which is the APC and the SLPP, how well they're involved in corruption, are they responsible for the backwardness in the country, now they're responsible for the division within the country. But now you say una don't form this alliance or promote national cohesion. But a lot of people in the sea, the NGC, most of una members, una they follow the path, the same pattern where the SLPP and the APC they engage in discussion. So somebody may wonder which type of cohesion una they try for create. Because now if two people and two brothers like una can say Alusain and Alasan, then can always make plaba. The una don't go side with Alasan for make plaba with Alusain. So now is it the national cohesion between una, the NGC, and the SLPP, or una they try for bring the whole country together?
First of all, now I'll tell you this. Salon to today, Salon Polarize. Salon Polarize down the years in the 60s and up to now, but it can become worse now. So we see if it say is yes, NGCBC, Alosign and Alasan not good for the country. But we believe say back, remember those days, NGCB they say we get progressives and the two political parties. So we need for tap into those progressives for now push the agenda of for create a one Sierra Leone where go bring come a transformation for the country. So for me, at that particular time, like what he asked, so say why we decide for being in alliance with the SLPP and not with the APC. For realize say the
No,
particular
okay, let
alliance,
me interrupt you quickly.
yeah,
It's not about why you decided to side
no.
or to form an alliance with the
You're talking
SLPP.
about the national cohesion. The
Is
national
why is it
cohesion,
that I'm
yeah.
coming? Why is it that you guys are following the same path of political discussion, like aggressive, and then more or less like engaging in same pattern, toxic political discussion? Why whose role una get for bring now for play in bringing national cohesion? How una they come with national cohesion if una they follow exactly the same toxic discussion where then two political party can always engage? Now that's ask.
Okay, thank you. I want to let you know, say the NGC now they involve in toxic and discussions. We
Okay.
what we involve one, we NGC bill on for discuss policies and discuss ideas and try to promote the ideology. The ideology is of NGC. If you see NGC today, NGC not involved in violence. I want to let you highlight areas or somebody where don't feel say they're involved into toxic. We can make sure say for bridge a gap between the north and the southeastern region. So by creating that for bring come this idea of progressive alliance, and I believe say we own discussion don't start so with the SLPP, and I believe say with the talent with Dr. Khan again at Parliament, all these times you don't make friendship and what you call them look like what happened yesterday with the EU call we invite all political leaders. So you see how they all take pictures, how they all live together. I believe say Dr. Kade don't get friends and at the APC as well, not to only at the SLPP. This will build this country, not to only for say now for call only SLPP. We invite self the APC as well. If people want for now promote salon today, we call on the APC people for let them come on board. We know see we got progressive now the APC for let them come join this alliance. For now we work together. Dr. Kanye a man we able to deliver, and I believe say the country, the polarized within the country, and also the differences the way they try for talk. So the tension within the country, Dr. Kanye and the NGC go try for close that gap there between the two giant party them with that kind of
So
friendship we don't get.
so when
Even
that
with
when that they begin.
it's going on. You see what we try for do now. We try for make sure say we extend meetings them. We try for send all these branch them to other people and for them they can join the alliance. So an office say we have to merge with APC. You understand or SLPP. In fact, with the NGC, an office say we merge with SLPP. We just working in collaboration.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
we
feel
the
say we are
camp
collaboration.
we get for can to that, we get for delve into the agreement. But now I just want for quote for you something where you leader, you political leader, Dr. Kande Koleyum Kela, on the 12th of February 2022. He said, let us work together to protect our democracy and build a better Sierra Leone. For democracy to succeed, you need a strong opposition. Okay. Now Dr. Kande Mkela been talk about needing a strong opposition, but Una don't go to Una don't go join the ruling party. So how effective you feel say Una go able for scrutinize the SLPP?
Yeah. You talk about scrutinizing the SLPP.
Yeah,
We're not
because
the try
now
for
Una been they talk about we need strong opposition, but now we they see opposition they go form an alliance with the ruling party. How Una feel say we go get strong opposition?
not just correcting one side at the
Okay,
moment.
sir.
Yeah, not
Mm-hmm.
correcting one side. When we form COP with the APC and other political parties, we not decide say or form COP for be like any kind enemy with the SLPP or form COP for checkmate the activities of the ruling party. Now we head into elections, and I
Mm-hmm.
believe at this particular time we head into elections. You understand this alliance now for work. We don't criticize. I want
Yeah,
to know that
so Mr. Jallo,
we
wait,
don't give
Mr.
it
Jallo,
commendation. Yeah,
how una dey checkmate the ruling party if una don dey
we
sleep na
cannot
one bed?
checkmate. That the council. We
Yes,
not
sir.
a checkmate the ruling party because at this
Mm-hmm.
particular time we are alliance will be in governance together. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? When we
Mm-hmm.
reach there, you will know say at that particular time we don't serve this country, we don't criticize, we don't provide solutions. And at the same now, what we they do now, we don't form this alliance for make sure say we in partnership with the SLPP for win the 2023 election and deliver for the people of Sierra Leone. And I feel say at the particular time, talking about opposition, yes, we are in a position from now to June 23, but when we go into that election, we are working with the incumbents within our power. And at the moment, right now, we try to develop certain things so we all work together. So when we do to COP, we know what we do. We work with COP, with APC and other political parties them for deliver a lot of things them as opposition. We don't
Okay,
criticize, we don't provide solutions.
so
You understand?
the
Yeah.
NGC una still believe in strong opposition for day na a country?
We believe in strong opposition for the country. Of course, why not? We believe opposition voice. We believe, say, that particular thing, what we want in a salon, even when we don't form this alliance, we want not for get opposition them, we just for kill opposition political parties. We want a
Yeah,
strong
but
opposition.
if una believe in that, why una dey go join the ruling party, una form an alliance? If una
No,
believe in strong
let me
opposition.
let me just checkmate you again, correct you one
Okay.
side. The
Mm-hmm.
NGC come in existence,
Mm-hmm.
remember, if Salon be the governed the right way, there will not be an existence of NGC. The
Mm-hmm.
NGC can tell the people of Sierra Leone, say, we don't for over 53 years, that I'll say 57 years, that particular
Mm-hmm.
time, the part of the
Mm-hmm.
country was not going right. So that's where we get the Alassane and Alusai. Con
Mm-hmm.
we try for talking. Within
Mm-hmm.
the APC and SLPP don't rule this country and they were not going the right path. So when we come with an alternative in governance for make sure say correct them mistakes with them political parties don't do and for not promote and the agenda for the country. So for
Mm-hmm.
what we do right now, we don't come as political party. Work as political party 5 years. The good work we don't do, we want to make sure say we win an election. So for me at the particular time, you understand, the NGC they go to this election for win an election, not to they make form the alliance with the SLPP for go to this election. So for me, you're
So
talking about saying, yeah,
una dey go into the elections for ensure say President Julius Maada Bio win. He become the
that's
next president.
not only the President Madabio win, it's
Mm-hmm.
the alliance win. The
Yeah.
alliance, President Madabio is
Mm-hmm.
is the face of the
Mm-hmm.
alliance.
Mm-hmm.
When we come together, we make sure say we discuss and negotiate. On that particular agreement, we decide say for put one candidate, and that candidate is now the support. So
Okay.
for me,
So,
with the
mm-hmm.
COP that candidate, the COP model is not far off from what we can get to. If the people are way honest, when they need a COP, then we know say COP will try for put one candidate. And Lord will be clear with that. The candidate will come from NGC or the APC party if we forget a COP coalition. So for me, go to SLPP and NGC alliance, I feel say we will not go to get two candidates them for go by this election. We must get one. So we come to the negotiation and put one candidate. Now another decision we end up with His Excellency the President Madabio.
Okay, so maybe critics go also ask you, say, how long this alliance will take place, because now we don't see Honorable Dr. Kande Koleyum-Kela don't sacrifice in aspiration for becoming president of Sierra Leone by supporting President Julius Maada Bio for make it be a single, like make him be the sole candidate for the alliance for the presidency. So now, how long this will take? Is it for only this 2023 to 2028, or how what in the agreement we wanna make?
My brother, if this alliance for make sure say change the direction of Sierra Leone, for this alliance in 5 years' time, this alliance deliver for the people of Sierra Leone, this alliance is there for good.
Okay,
that's
so
what the people want.
Okay, so the next question is Honorable Kande Koleyum-Kela not going to contest in 2028? What in the agreement that side? Now the SLPP gave for now, then gave for sacrifice a candidate, then say, okay, now we'll not go present a candidate. This time, let the NGC present, then the SLPP will support like what the NGC did in 2023.
Thank you very much for voting. You just raised up so. When we go to an alliance, especially for the people who come up with this idea, we leader left in job now United Nations. It come na salon for sacrifice. It only in a salon from 2014-15. It only up to a particular time. You understand? It come for one ambition for make sure say it deliver for the people of Sierra Leone with the presidency. You understand? But when don't look at the country, you know say the country need a direction right now for make sure say for unify this country. You understand, Salon? So what he do? And no say not to he put him away in personal ambition for make sure say this alliance work. And like I said earlier on, we cannot have two leaders on this alliance. You understand? We can only have one leader. We don't put this His Excellency the President Maada Bio as we candidate. For this, all we concentration now for work for the people of Sierra Leone and deliver for the people of Sierra Leone. If with this particular alliance, we make sure say we deliver for the people of Sierra Leone. Now the people of Sierra Leone, now they go tell that not so we go tell again say that this person want put. Now they go tell we right now which are the direction they want for the country.
No,
so for
yeah,
me, 2028 at the camp, 2028, the 2028 is on the card. But you know that way around, the alliance now they go determine who that go lead 2028.
Yeah, so meaning there is no agreement for 2028.
Whether or not it's an agreement or no agreement, I will not say for now because that is premature.
Okay, now let's take you back to Honorable Kande Koleyum-Kela, a post where he said in Twitter on the 22nd December 2021. He said, my thought on the 2020 audit report, the travel gate, embassy gate, fiscal e-discipline, and the known unknowns. You know, he talked about now the audit report. He said, for example, the findings in the current 2020 report are appalling and demonstrate systematic, crude, and flagrant thievery. It also shows poor compliance with established laws, rules, and practices, as well as lack of accountability and transparency, and questionable use of taxpayers' money. So this is refer to the audit report under the SLPP government, where when have been done the accusation at thief man, then they mismanage the country in money. And so how una feel for romance with people the way don't be thief and don't engage in that thing, and the way una say been done accused, and the audit report gets like they don't implicate the government or through the audit report. So what you get for test Sierra Leoneans them about
what you get for test Sierra Leoneans them? Trust me. I start earlier on say the NGC will come into where with the opposition, we don't criticize. Then the criticize government now for make sure say for we tell them the things that when they go right. And Dr. Kane, na person where we say we they serve as opposition, he critique this government and he call the excesses the way the government they do and the expenditure the way this government they overspend, he call them out. But however, you understand, however, along the line, it be they praise the government of the good things the way the government will do. Where even the opposition people them they talk say why NGC they always they come they take this kind of approach. We believe say if you do the right things, we they talk them. When you do the wrong things, we they talk them back.
So
for
you
me,
believe
for
say
me, I they can they. So for me, those particular time when Dr. Kane they come out, if they critique what they call them, is the benefit of the people.
yeah,
Then
no,
now,
we not get any
no,
question about whether the criticism.
at the camp. Don't tell me
Yeah.
say how I feel. We don't have no regret about saying those things, about saying what's the past. You understand that for the betterment of Sierra Leone. So what
So
do we want?
you feel say the NGC go able influence change, especially when you are dealing with a big political party like SLPP, and especially they were now then and the APC, according to Una and to so many posts them, they don't preside over the backwardness and the thievery we don't happen in the country. You feel say a tiny NGC go able influence change between them go able
My brother,
influence the SLPP.
me sitting here today, I'm not gonna tell you say Salon is okay. Me sitting here today, I'm not gonna tell you say people the hardship no day. But one of the things that I will tell you back say, you understand it? Like other political parties, what they do. You understand? Just say this government not do nothing. And we not sit here today say this government not do nothing. And this government not get good things them what they don't do. You understand? We get today inflation of the country when at 43%. We take into consideration of that. Then one of the reasons why we put ourselves in this contention today is not because for now we join hands with the SLPP for all rectify some of the good things away for now we rectify things they want to enable to now all sit down together address the issues in there. Then at the end of the day, what thing they do good, now we do more. So for me, like what you said about talk say things they do with them they go wrong. Of course, some of we acknowledge some of the things them right. Some of we on social media we call them out. But at the time now, we don't critique, we don't provide solution, we don't provide advice. What do we want to do now? You understand it? We want to join the SLPP in an alliance for make sure see the good things that we left behind. 5 hours was not enough. Yes, some of the policies we are promising. Then now what we did we look now say, well, we take the particular line. Very soon when I go see say the open people and feel say the open day, then we go raise that up alive. This particular alliance will come up with things them we will know say the first 100 days in governance. Salon people will begin see a different government. And then they begin to say they what you call them. Now we agree again with all this way they happen so cycle. Now we did in England. What thing they happen? Prices in the markets. What did they happen 2 to 3 years ago? Now not the same prices that what they happen now. This government is struggle a lot of things then. Yes, corruption. They we also call them we will not go left behind. We go take a back say part of it again is Sierra Leone at the moment right now they struggle for attract investment based upon the tension within the country. So now I make with the call of opposition family, now we all come together. Now we try for really this particular unity together. In might not mean say we'll go to election, we'll get for we say we'll get for B1. But at least we need for Sidom, think about this country, try for put ideas in together for now make sure see Salon we attract investment. At this particular time, yes, of course, investment they come, but it's not enough.
Okay, Mr. Jallo, we understand like what you just say. So of course we agree, and most times we don't. Some of us like we don't express we opinion on national issues, especially when it comes to saying things are very difficult, like inflation, the countries them things then dear. But all these years before una form this alliance, una be no dandy, right? And una been criticized. So why una feel say now like Sierra Leoneans in the sea, una we been the critique 2 or let me say less than a year ago, una they criticize certain things in the country we been they go wrong, but this una been they refuse, una they reject the excuses or the explanation from the SLPP. But why the sudden change? Now from criticism, now una they defend. So how una feel say Sierra Leoneans then go view una?
Thank you. That corrects you. We are not
Okay,
defending the excesses of governments.
okay.
What we NGC will put out there is that the things them the reality of what they happen. Telling you the what with the opposition when they come up with things them when they go right at the country. That's what we people them elect we for good parliament for serve them. You understand? That's nothing was wrong about it. For critique government. What's wrong about it is for sabotage governments. That was wrong. You understand? So as long as you critique government, now for let you make sure say, hey, you crash and say this is not the right to, but at least let them try for fair way for fix them up. We all agree. You understand? These governments we don't in power 2018, 2019, 2020, before the coronavirus, we are almost inflation was 11%. It will not just wake up overnight. We just drop into this particular worst scenario. But you see, say it's not only this salon. Today we get double digits as well in United Kingdom as on inflation on commodities. See, the evaporated milk what they buy 79p is not the same evaporated milk what they buy 2 years later. Where I go back for £2. So now we all agree say what we sometimes then question will come up which is legitimate. You understand? But again, law will not help for fuel people and misinformed people. I don't see the world is facing a lot of challenges right now. Me sitting here together, I just try to bring out the reality. It's not about the government where they in power right now.
But
They get a lot
we
of
see no wait, but people in the whole government to account based on saying, like for example, if inflation on the tranganes on the country, would they see government and they take measures like for ameliorate the suffering of the country? Would they see some government they cut down expenditures? Like let's say for example, if the president in the travel 10 times, they cut down. If the certain expenditures then they, but for that we not see much of that in Sierra Leone. So it's not about misinforming people, it's about the asking government which mechanism una don't take for ameliorate this problem. That these people
but
may not see.
again,
So
yeah,
what
I
is
agree.
it?
La come inside aside. You don't see the press release we come out in April. I mean in March. We government is trying to cut down the expenditure. They don't see say the country right now, the inflation will go up, and at the same time the need for address certain issues. For cut down expenditure,
March
at the
this
camp,
year.
at the camp, at the camp, at the camp. From April 30, if any minister want to travel or government official want to travel, he need for get a clearance for let travel. So one of the measures where the government take, well, I feel say you might go happy about that. These are measures
But
for
after how many years? After how many years?
Yeah, but sometimes it's not too.
It's just 3 or so months to elections. Then they take these measures, and
Yeah,
then
but then
people
take
have
these
been
measures.
suffering.
You understand? Let me put it this way: even when coronavirus was eating up the economy, but law we agree back say again. This government don't do little bit for let them keep things them in place. Let them able pay salaries. Let them able do things them. And for me, from the compared to previous governments, we don't see revenues the increase. You understand it? Compared to what happened before. So for say, yes, expenditure is very high, then it's overspent, way what you call them, but certain things again, you get for check again, teachers them. How many teachers they don't employ for meet with the free quality education? Like I say to you, I will not go into deep into that because I'm here to just talk about issues surrounding NGC. Because
Okay. Well, let's take you again to one of the posts them we Honorable Kande Kole Yunkela post on the 26th of August 2019, I think. Yes. Okay. Wusa, he talk about the elections process. He say it is elections are expensive. He say next salon is in fact entrenching the two-party system to squeeze out newer parties. That is like Al-Hussein and Alassane have their retinue of hundreds of former and current MPs, minister, diplomat, contractors, and servants who will fill their coffers for a rerun. So una still hold these views?
Only the views of all this spending that is try for talk.
Yeah, like okay, now NEC they try for increase some money so that maybe now only the APC like or the one the Alassane and Al-Hussein no more go able like for survive. You understand?
Thank you.
Una still hold these views?
Let me come on another side.
Uh-huh.
After we make our charges today, where NGC and other political parties then come, they put pressure on the government for make sure say them money they ask with them the say now in get for ask for is too exorbitant on the people, especially we take the condition of the currently trend of the people and hardship. You understand? So that all comes to NGC proper. That side will reach there because always the people that they talk say we are broke, we they die, we they don't kind of. Now we don't feel candidates and so for go parliamentary and local council elections. You understand? So let me come to this point where they talk so governments. A lot put on to fair play to government and ECSL, then do very well for make sure say they reduce the cost. Because time we come, them we say them they ask 500 million for filling for one candidate, but then cut that number to 100 million. You understand? So for me, waiting Dr. Kane and other people be agitated for, not even I feel say people in APC as well. We are not. I mean, in SLPP they will not be happy because those are the people also in most of the time they use their salary get for camp, then they work, then get for use their salary for them and pay for them due. I mean for them fees them for go be member of parliament for contest. So for me, what Dr. Kane be say a better again get the ECSL will manage the situation but let it reduce the cost. So I only view say we're not for government not for to put higher burden on the people. I see only view, but in other way around again, government have to survive because they need resources for let them run the country. You understand? So for me, we need to move with what we say today is wrong, but what we do is how we go find way, not to only for criticize now have to address the issue of the country. And we know say we get one of the best brains in Sierra Leone, and we get pool of human resource like NGC. We say go identify most of them. We go be say then will be valuable into this alliance. We go change the trajectory of current situation. So now we see what thing for happen. What mean they tell the people them, you understand, it's not an easy thing. Right now, the situation of the country, the hardship there is not a column, but in other way around, I know from now to the next coming months, things will be better. Things will be changed. Sierra Leone, UK, they're under inflation, they don't do the projection. And I believe say the World Bank report where we come out 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, they project Sierra Leone on at least things they go for begin develop. You know, that we can take a pace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go now to the let's go touch on the agreements. The agreement we wanna make. Sat inside the wanna say they maintain the identity of the party, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then also I want to touch on the 12. Like they say, the parties agree that when the alliance wins the presidential elections, the NGC will be included in an inclusive government. In an inclusive government wherein the NGC shall be allocated a number of positions as mutually agreed in various categories of appointments in the government. So you can tell viewers what are the positions and what have been agreed on, like say this 9 in the Guna, and how many ministerial position they get for Guna.
Well, that's left with the negotiation team of the NGC and the SLPP. On that
So
particular side, I'm coming in there. Well, I'm not going to tell you right now waiting at the agreement between the SLPP and the what you call them. What I would tell you at particular time. Thank you very much for raising up with Article 12 of that particular agreement. Article 12, me go link up to Article 2 of that particular agreement. Because we make today, we will put a single candidate. Because sometimes again, in negotiation of an alliance, you not just get for take everything. Well, people and look, you talk on the first one. I believe say that first one, Naim will clear later. But we ask this question, I will try to address that issue. You understand? What the SLPP, I believe say what the people the leaders and do for people in this country, they can't. You understand? Then decide for say, okay, if the NGC don't come into this agreement, we need to put these things, they get brains them. Blow it back again at a particular time. We believe say if NGC person they listen me at a particular time, this election will they go to run for win and follow within governance. Article 12 where Psycho John reads so Nana we want to call him. Whoever be the president or be the president, it doesn't matter as long as Salon go before.
So
Dr. Kanye don't make a sacrifice. You understand? Coming to the SLPP and the NGC, they already know the human capital we then get within the two political parties.
So as of now, we even a strong man like you know what in the details of that agreement.
No, that but listen, the NGC, the people that will negotiate, and the leadership get the idea. And at the end of the day, I believe say it's not too premature for now we grab right now can begin to talk issues in public. What we try to do, our concentration now is to win this election. And our concentration is for go to this campaign and win this election and make sure say we say with people them. The thinking what we get is not about for say people that for can grab positions them. Like how people in talk say now it's sell out and I would say call them. I'm glad the way you bring this issue, you understand?
But now, let's say, for example, like where would they say this thing alliance? Like I remember 2007, where the PMDC then go form. Well, I don't know whether they call that an alliance or what is it, but they support the APC.
Thank you. We correct yourself.
Are they come? No, well, this na names. You get different name where they call them. So now, but they find out say the element they're almost not the same. It's just that way now thing way happen before the elections and after the election where then go run off. But they find out say most of the elements then are the same, especially when it comes to inclusive. Like now they say then they include WUNA, meaning well then like the president. Remember the president gave power for hire and fire. So whose guarantee una get for sure say una not get for end up like how the PMDC and APC how them is scatter. Despite this agreement,
Salon don't get alliance before. You understand? But we they call them a Mickey Mouse alliance. That the first thing is Salon get an alliance. If we Psycho John, if you tell me say an alliance don't happen at Salon, we get agreements. Where you get a written agreement, I want you put it forward to me. When they share that to the public. We're talking about a political party here. We don't take 50 years in Sierra Leone existence. They get their credibility for protect because it's not about today. Matter be finish in 2028, it go, but the SLPP wants for stay for compete in the 100 years. What about tomorrow? Whether we want to say they want another party for coming alliance. What in Paul APC today, so you understand it? Because they promised them they would what in them we do. And we back learn from that, and I believe say SLPP learn from that. They look and say, for let this thing work very good, you understand it? We'll get for coming to honesty get for take place. And transparency get for take place. And those people who take part in the discussion, that people with high class, and that people who take column. And at the end of the day, Dr. Kande is somebody will get brain. You understand? And we believe say one of the things will give me hope is about the way SLPP conduct themselves into this process. First, when this thing starts, I was not convinced. Knowing with the Alassane and Alusine, I don't think say they will give him nothing. But the SLPP come into this table, they negotiate, and then do a column. We get an alliance, we come up with a deal, we come up with a column. And the thing was, from starting, with the richer side, because I'm glad the way we say, we keep into this particular thing, say, not to this time, where Psycho John go say, Dr. Kanye they go join SLPP. Not to this
Okay.
time again, say, when they Kanye, not to this particular time, where Psycho Joe go say, because when you join a political party, you have a membership. You take a membership for that political party. It's me here, Marge sitting here with an NGC gear, I'm not going to side. Like any ask me, say, Marge, you don't follow Ibra. Now I say,
You
Ibra,
know,
maybe
go no
that's
side.
the political party. What do we
Mhm.
do? We form a political, we form a progressive alliance for the people of Sierra Leone. That particular
Yeah,
alliance will come together.
you know,
And Article, come. Let
Mhm.
me learn.
Mhm.
Article 1, you understand? In that particular agreement, you read them, but I know you play smartness. You
Mhm.
understand? Because you don't want for La Richard side. I get for Richard side. The Article 1, I'm glad you
Mhm.
when you be say Dr. Mother, His Excellency and Dr. Kande and the people who are they tell them thank you because they put them in the first side of the agreements. Say both political parties remain as
They,
their own
they,
political
they say
party
they
and
maintain their identity.
they
I
maintain
told
their
you that.
identity.
I tell you that.
So for me, any
Mhm.
talk about here today,
Mhm.
anybody say Dr. Kane go join SLPP or March go join SLPP, it's just for me. That's just distasteful. So let we keep
Yeah,
introducing
okay,
things.
but wait. I can play now the what and call the devil's advocate. Now for
Yes,
the one
come
day
bring
where they
him,
say where
bring
they
him,
say
bring
so.
him up. Yeah.
Now, okay, remember Dr. Kande Yunkela been vie for be a flag bearer for the SLPP. Now SLPP, in fact, in Papa, now one of the founders, people will be not sacrificed for the SLPP. Now he don't left the party because they're not treated fairly when he be one for head the political party as a flag bearer against like President Madabio and others. Okay, he don't go form a political party and then he don't come back to this same party. And now we see say the one them because una say the political party comprised of progressives from various political parties, but we don't see the one that were okay. Some of the progressive don't go already. Who side and come out? APC. Yeah. And now we don't see earlier first before the NGC first form an alliance. We see a lot of councillors and former councillors and other people them will go to the SLPP when are NGC members there, and then finally we see an alliance wherein Honorable Dr. Kande Yunkela with a lot of in other party supporters go and form an alliance with the SLPP. So you know if you say people then get right for say anyway, then don't come on in a
They're
different
not get right.
like
Thank you.
it's like una don't return, but una not trust.
Let me correct you now, sir.
Okay.
They call me all kind name and they call me leader all kind name. Now me and I sitting here, you could tell me now that I sell out them. Because at the end of the day, my leader then as an NGC leader of the NGC, and also me remain as NGC. You understand? The people when they say Dr. Kanye is sell out, you understand? When they do all kind of thing, then people and they then get their agenda. You understand? If you don't get your agenda, if you remain progressive, you feel say sometimes now what you be the contemplate that you claim say Dr. Kanye be the go the color. Let me just come to this particular thing. What happened at you now, Dr. Kanye and Excellency get the business. We get what happened on January 28th, rather unfortunate for all what happened. We brothers and we not happy when they feel aggrieved. 30 days for me may feel bad because they left the party. But one thing we want follow get at a particular time, till up to the particular time, an office say NGC do anything wrong for let them make sure say you understand it. What happened at that particular time. All these things when they talk, one man, nine take this show, column. It's not. It was wrong and everything. A lot of misinformation don't come on. You talk about this, talk about say, and now just a cover up. Now make ask you the question. Me, what they do is people, and especially in public, in this particular social media, I always would like to discuss on issues where I know saying are factual. Things them the way they preempt, what a conspiracy theory, I don't discuss on this issue. That's what make we NGC. We get it, we value our ideals, and also we want for hold on to with credibility. And
Okay.
people don't look and say, well,
Thank
they
you.
take this at the can they? What I never talk so what I never tell you so now, you understand? All these ideas say, we don't we also call them because conspiracy say now SLPP party when I also call them when I don't grant for do but
No, but you know go change the fact. You know go change the fact. Say Dr. Kande Yumkela na being SLPP and he been
I know I go tell you many thousands of supporters them we get over 500,000 registered members across the country. We win this we win seats them at the northwest. We get a lot of votes now all over the country. So for me, you understand me sitting here telling me say now all the people the way the SLPP will become SLPP now the normal stay.
So 2018 will not be win any seats in the southeast.
Will not be win seats in the southeast.
What happened?
We all listen. The southeast the past elections run by the APC government. That particular time at the beginning of power. You understand? That particular what you call elections. What for we as past we know as NGC we were robbed on that election.
Good.
We vote.
So would that una be say rob una na the southeast during that 2018? Yeah.
At that time. Now God go know who that rob we. But as far as me know, you understand. At that time, NGC gets the votes them will get in not reflect what to get right now. But what me tell you,
at that time,
at the camp up to date, I not see more than 7 reservations from the NGC up to date. And we secretary also can say the secretary not receive the what you call. So people talk say these people in the return go APC, then they come out to call them. The people who are aggrieved, not just few people are aggrieved. And these people them that they're entitled for aggrieved and
no, we not go on that side. Would they try for talk? Would they try for focus on?
You just tell me say now go with also call like I say.
No. I they put question. This is not personal. I they put question to you based on the information what would they gather around. Like what people and they say so. Now make we give you the opportunity for come and explain and clear any doubt or any issue where people in the race or any doubt people in the race.
There was no doubt.
Okay. Okay. So now let's make progress. Now, like in 2018, una contest now the whole country, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We contest in an election where it be say, you understand? In an election where it be say, you know, we would identify even we get 75% of the results was red. The 25% was shared. No, locally was shared between two political parties. What happened in 2018, I hope they fix them up 2024.
Yeah, but what thing I want to ask you, I want to make you allow me. Now we know say una been get issue na the southeast. And una been get like I think the vice president or what in the running mate now from there he come out. But una not end up for win any seat from there. What have been the problem?
The problem is when we check what happened at the southeast, we not protect 2 votes.
Okay.
That's the thing. We not protect 2 votes. And what happened at the southeast at that time, and you get me. So ECS when them get neck, you understand? Now they know what them do for them we to call about. As far as we know, after that particular election, we come back to review everything for now make sure say what the mistakes will be made or not make them. But for now we can say we get evidence for say during that time then they would that rob we would not rob we now pass I can guess now also she done.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much for that. I really family una the watch then and now una the watch me Psycho John. Na me the host this program and I the interview me brother when MAJ when one of the strong voices of the NGC and relating to the alliance and other national issues. Now, Mr. Jallo, we see now an agreement. Una the filling candidates for councils and MPs, and then the only thing we know the feeling at the president because the presidency for a presidential candidate. So how this they work because una say una they get una the design una they work on manifesto and una they design same messages. So if una they put up candidates, let's say na una your stronghold, for example na Kitchen, and SAPP, they put on candidates for the same position for the council chairman, councillors, and members of parliament. And so members of parliament, they contest, when SAPP there, then they contest against Honorable Kande Collegium Keller. So how una the campaign? How una, you know, if you say una the confuse Sierra Leoneans?
Let we take Panadol for we headache.
Okay.
This alliance, I mean, name strategic alliance.
Okay.
We don't sit down, we don't look into all these issues, and also kind of explain and above. And,
Okay.
you know what you call them. This is a strategy. You understand? Sometimes in football, if they play football, say, let's go with this strategy, he lost and he win. But we hope say that the best outcome we get and that the best strategy for let the alliance win this election. At the time, individually, for coming inside, they can't talk now as an individual, why we do this, why we do that. I'm not gonna make it. And the other way around, that's me. What we go tell you is a strategic approach.
Yeah, but how the message is get for go? How una get for una get for una how
next
okay,
few weeks, before the election, with the rollout messages. Where we message and come, as far as what we do right now what we make we go to alliance. But anything about the packaging, about voting, that the nitty-gritty about our campaign messages, then we go roll out when we want to. But as far as we know, there is a message for that. There is a message design.
So what
we
is
know
the
what
message?
do. You understand what I mean?
What is the message?
But when the message come out, you understand, with the roller out. And at the beginning, see, you go call we back like the platform, can I say, low we come back, get another bite. The reason why we can honor this one is about because there is a lot of misinformation about the other people, and because some man or some political party, when they want, then they not believe for explain to the people them, for tell them about what they get for deliver for the people them, what they believe that for begin misinform the people and put propaganda them to make issues and say, hey, look now, and use tribal line for make sure see then they come back in the power. We know the fact that way they. When you want, no come on the table, no discuss. To date, the APC not ever roll out what they get for this country. To date, the APC, go there and talk. They come about putting them where you get for ask tomorrow questions because they talk about human rights violation, human rights and this, and a lot of killing don't take place. Or rather unfortunate, may the people who lost their life all this this particular time.
So now whose political party whose political party don't bring out the Young Manifesto for tell Sierra Leoneans them voting then get, because as far as I know, for example, the ruling party for slow start with them. The inflation way they happen at the country, the hardship way they will not really force anything regarding how the government, or if they vote them in, how they will change the suffering. The only thing what we hear, they say they get for embark on agriculture. How then they go change the lives of people from Sierra Leone? How long did it take? We don't know. So APC back,
my brother,
APC back, at the camp. APC back, now the same thing, will not see any message. So if they can say they will not bring message, so what message will not begin sell to Sierra Leone?
We get message.
Okay.
First, what is Salon need? Salon need a unification. You need for unite the country. That's one of the things what we say. We as Progressive Alliance at the particular time in Sierra Leone, what we need. You understand? We need this escalate the tension within the country. We need for make sure say let the post within the north. Let it feel say it's part of Sierra Leone. Let the post within the south. Let believe say back is a part of Sierra Leone. You understand? We need for bring everybody together. We need for be Tinja Kababi don't do a lot of good job where people don't know when our legacy will be left. That legacy day now about inclusion. A rule this country and make people not feel say you're not team man, you're not man, you're not full man. What he make people know, say na one one saddle with it. And we as NGC, you understand? You always speak with we colors them and rainbow. What we want, we identity.
Okay, Mr. Jallo,
for me, the message where they talk you cut one article one time. Talk about national cohesion. This is a political party. This is a political party where we say where they talk about national cohesion or inclusive what you call certain political party. You see the way NGC, the formation of NGC. You know, they see, like, what you call it. We get the Kamakuye boys. You understand? When you see a full 11, most of them about 15 or 16 of them.
Okay, yeah, I want
Are
come with something.
they kind of lad on. So they never talk about this cohesion, yeah, national cohesion, yeah. And you want to talk, so what's our message? Our message that for let everybody feel safe. You don't need for go on that job, for go ask for a job tomorrow. Let you say you belong. And we leader, Dr. Kande, from even when they invite Bintumani 3, at least in this man, where he will talk to people and where he get even some people and foreign people and come, but that peace building discussion and Bintumani. He say in the pray to God, let one tribe not get over 30% in Sierra Leone in terms of governance and how to govern the country. Because that's the direction we are heading to. And for one for say, for now we deliver up with and in bill where it be time for introduce a parliament, even they're not successful for them. But at least 20%, 30% of that bill where Dr. Kande become up with forward, today we see the SLP government work towards that. Today we see the gender bill where come when one of the best things don't happen at Salon.
Yeah, but okay, so now you agree with me, say Sierra Leone polarized, but you find out say we get intermarriages. Bokude from the you see even okay example they Dr. Samura Dewe in Wefna from the southeast, and then okay you go agree with me say now only politics make people in the divide na Salo.
My brother, I agree with you because one thing is I agree with you on that side. Take me for example, not only one anyone green. My mama no ever sabi Freetown. Now Freetown and born me. Now Papa come up from northwest. He go na the south. He go meet in company Fulaman. He ask us, I want marry the Pekin. He marry the Pekin. He can't outside a Freetown and he can't settle a Freetown. So for me, we not get for me genuinely now when it comes to the national cake, I don't get all these issues.
The politics, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the politics.
So what will happen? So you agree say the APC now one of because we get two low say now then two political parties, SLP and APC. So you agree say a chunk of Sierra Leoneans now members of APC, right?
I don't agree.
A good number of because
wait, no, listen. When the chunk of Sierra Leoneans,
you agree with me say
everybody says Sierra Leonean. I say the chunk of them are Sierra Leonean. Everybody says Sierra Leonean.
Chunk not mean say majority. So
no,
you agree with me say
everybody
chunk mean let reframe the question. Let reframe the question.
Yeah.
So you agree with me say APC are the main opposition political party in Sierra Leone, right?
I agree with you on that, yeah.
Okay.
By numbers and by age. Like how long they not take.
What do you mean by
because
number?
APC now the worst opposition would ever happen at Salon.
The what?
Now the worst opposition, they're not giving that in these 5 years.
Then he left on away into politics.
No, but I tell you. So let clarify that side. They say they are not the best. They are not
the come. So you go agree with me, say a lot of let's say because they say get their own stronghold, then get their own like how the SLPP get their own whether you call them fanatics or you call them strong party supporters, then get their own stronghold. APC get their own stronghold. So now, I come to something where Dr. Kande Kole Yunkela post. For example, he say our partnership with the SLPP in the Progressive Alliance is not about sacrificing our values or principles, but about finding common ground and working towards a shared vision for the betterment of our nation. Since that day, you don't talk about saying for the country they go before. But he went further. He say Sierra Leoneans, they are sick and tired of those who seek to tear down government when their party is not in power. So now that Dr. Kande Yunkela been deeper now.
It talk for every political party. We make sure they try for say because I'm not in a power. I will make sure say for bring government down. You understand? Okay. That not mean say it could be way back how many years, but people at time. I make a time for talk. We'll reach to the proper side in terms of the other areas. We gotta come back because there's a lot of things them where people are misinformed and other things. Yes, the police force is controlled, is part of the government. So I wonder we know now they say, oh, Richard side, what did Dr. Kade say at that particular the way he talks so? You understand?
Mm.
Tell you say for even for day for let the country go before. You know me say that the government is even opposition together. Am I right
Mhm.
or not or wrong?
Yeah.
Because most of
So,
the laws.
but we don't see again, we don't see, like, for example, Dr. Kande Mkela and a lot of people, them, like other opposition, them back them within a parliament, but we don't see audit report and come out. We don't see anything, anybody, any action, or them we take any action, we then audit report them.
Thank you very much. Where
Mhm,
Dr. Kade Yumkela did at Parliament, one of the good things that we do, now
mhm,
you try for raise up so. Is that one of the MPs that will move a motion on the Auditor General's reports for let them debate at the Parliament. The Parliament will get, I'm not going to tell you say a perfect Parliament
mhm,
because this Parliament gets so much challenges. And this particular Parliament, you know, that a Parliament will be say during that particular time, there was so much commotion between the ruling party, when at the SLPP and the APC. You
mhm,
understand?
mhm,
Even we know, so for now we decide that particular time say no we put all the faults on the government. It's not fair. Part of it also get to do with the opposition, the way they handle themselves. But now we leave that for another day. But it comes to a particular time now where it talks where we just talk about issues about how they just report and everything. If we go back to the other thing, not to today or just the auditor general's report will come out where nobody no debate them. You understand?
What to waiting?
Also today, not only the Auditor General's report has never
Mhm.
been debated in Parliament. So not
So,
over say it happened
mhm,
almost to this particular time, it happened.
mhm.
So me they look back say the people who they
So
cry say, you understand?
which change now, which change you feel say don't happen? Because
Thank you.
if you be say we
At
get
this particular time
at the
sitting
come,
here, sitting.
at the come, you say not to, because this na the other thing back where can generate debate them. Now, where somebody talk about something like, okay, we see the SLPP then campaign on a platform for change, they say a new direction. Okay, then now we see like, okay, the NDC then say they are progressives. Okay, but now if something they happen, where wrong, where blunt happen in the past, no action is being taken, and then people then question una, they will begin say, no, not today begin happen. So what in the change?
Let we come to that particular point.
Uh-huh.
Now is a opportunity for learning what you call them. And one thing for me,
Mm,
I feel say we don't get brains in us alone in terms of politics. They say
mhm.
me only that be technocrats and other thing. But Dr. Kandeback, now one of the possible with this time we don't go in a salon, in back don't groom into the politics and salon. You look and say all these things for that thing. There are things that way the parliament we just left so they wouldn't do way good, but there are other things that back we not right. So most of these things here, I believe NGC and the SLPP must be sitting down and decide say we need to do something better. Yes, we don't do things them way good, but we need to do more. And we need to improve on the things they only able to do right for what we go before. So when you talk about the legislative arm, it's not only talking about only the ruling government. We're talking about the other political parties. Them. So I know agree to I know go then I
So
see don't I say
I dey talk
it
to
was all rousing. You
mhm,
understand? No, not
mhm.
throw the box no more to the ruling party because we get we what you call them we get an
I
opposition
not
when
throw this is not, I know they talk about now the ruling party now about una role. Let's say for example the NGC, their own role would, okay, or collectively una the one the way in a parliament, especially the opposition, waiting una been do
what the
for make
NGC what the NGC able to do in
for
parliament
whole,
at the camp
like for ensure
at the
that
camp at
like
the camp there. Now I
the
just
way
answer you so
wait at
NGC
the
get
come at the come. Now just finish, Mr. Jallo.
yeah.
Like the audit reports, you understand, because we see a pattern, like almost nothing not change. In fact, the more like the more they make they do audit, now the more they see money than the government officials or head of department, the knowable accounts for them. And then now we not see any like serious action from parliament. This one it comprised of both APC and SFPP who now sorry, and NGC C4C who now in been opposition. So now and Wuna, like you now Naya as a progressive, they tell me say not to now it begin for make audit come where they not take any action or something like that. They not learn a parliament, they not debater. So are you really proud of that? as a progressive.
I'm not proud of that. Now, I can answer you the question. There are things the way this parliament do things the way they do right. There are things the way they not do right. And one of the things the way they not do right, now things we just mentioned so. And I believe say you understand. I want so right now, what in the alliance is time for do now for make sure say correct, what in they not be do they not be do well. So we sit down, we analyze on those issues. You understand?
Okay.
So let me fix so talking about that, yeah, you what you call some certain issues you correct. But with the NGC situation and C4C situation, my brother, we get we leader plus 3 MPs. What you could able to do, we just stand up for on many occasions. What one are the provoke people? They say we abstain because you know what? We get real values, we get we identity. We know they grab things they will not say, will not show off, will they abstain. Things they will not say, will not they're not right, will they go against them. But the part of time we have until people know how the legislature what it comprises of the legislature, we got the paramount chiefs they went about how many of them we can form the numbers. So we were on several occasions we were
So
outnumbered.
which kind parliament una the foresee?
With the
Let's say
foresee,
this after this.
well, thank you. With the foresee a parliament, first of all, we are glad with what you know happen at Salon. We don't see say we sister them back, don't get a quota in a parliament on a 30% of quotas. You understand a parliament. And we say foresee back say this coming elections, we need forget the people there for able for choose representative them we go to represent them the right way in a parliament. And I believe say what we want for see and the crafters them of this of government for we what we want see from we will MP them from the alliance side we want for see a change what be happen the last time.
So how una get for how una MPs? Let's say una get una MPs them, una get SAPP MP them. Let's say okay if Sierra Leoneans then decide for say okay then go give President Madabu a second term. Then now we get forget let's say the APC them back, let's say as opposition. Then would una go definitely because of the alliance, una go always side with the SAPP, right?
In the first place, when we are heading into this particular election as as a one unit, it's a one package. So definitely, anything if we go into this particular thing, where if we get it wrong, that both parties take responsibility. You understand? It's not we're not going to run away from this. Now, we make sure say anything we want to do, we do in unity for the betterment of the country. So for me, looking about those things, yes, of course, go for look say things that come in all right. Of course, go for discuss them. If you check the agreement tell you about situation, how we all they try for meet and do things them and discuss about strategy and policies them. It is the agreement. So for me, going forward, those discussions go for come up and it go for the part that they what you call them. If you listen what Dr. Kane say, and I feel say me personally, that my own problem with that. We'll get party them, we'll get good manifestos them. What we able get that the implementation. We lack the implementation. So going forward, like what you try to talk to, one foresee as from part of me as a citizen of Sierra Leone, one try for cut down on expenditure, the spending, we including travel and other things them. You understand? You get me? If you able cut down travel by 60 to 70%, and I believe say it might be helped back for able to save money for spending in other areas them for people them. But again, other people don't get their ideas. But for me, the NGC is clear. We'll go into discussions with the ruling party. We decide for represent the people in back. But now we get them one other way, back again. Beyond one fail. You understand? Again, legacy for life. You get me? Where and his command, where go so he left this country. What would they first cry down for? You understand? That the massive corruption we make them kick them out of power. Today, Tolungo until we see this is a party way, and Nkrumah was the best president of Sierra Leone. How comes he conclude that? We put ourselves so low. They will forget say this particular APC were removing power. Like me, I get good things when they talk about we own the party, the leader we motivate me for coming into politics when I am at Yakaba. You understand? So but we for no back say during that particular time, now they then put Bobo Bele whether be corruption. You understand? So now we agree now. So same way, how and Escobar be left
So,
this country. After
so
from where
both, because SFPP, APC, like, okay, you don't rightly say, before Pakabadi left back, a lot of corruption been there. And Bobo Bele come out, as a result of the corruption will be happen. Like the same thing back under Anes Kuruma, we see the audit report, and then even though we not see people like, for say, former ministers, them boku them hold them and charge them to court, we don't know, say back other one there, they may settle out of court some people them. Now, but again, now this same APC and SFPP, una been the condemn, una been the so if the cop been work, if the COP, that agreement, if that they been go on well, like, so I believe say you for there for the defend the APC, not the alliance with the APC, right?
for answer you that side, if the APC conform with the ideas for move the country go before.
No,
APC,
what are they
no,
say?
they come, I agree with you. It's at the particular time, at the today, I know they defend this government, but at the time for talk about the goodies where this alliance get with people them. So now the information about the goodies or about the alliance is not about what the SLPP don't do, it's about what this alliance
No,
is about.
what you make they ask to? What you make they ask to? You say, okay, former president, people and they say voting, being or voting a best leader, but the man being corrupt and etc. etc.
Not
But
only
what
man corrupt. I say there was corruptions at that particular time.
Okay, there was sorry, there was corruption at that particular time. But what are they trying for say if the alliance, let's say the una been form an alliance, you for don't still talk what they talk so.
That may I try to tell you say, you understand? When we decide for say, look, we come together with all political parties, you understand? Now on one thing, realize that this COP was the idea of NGC. SLPP come, I mean APC come after, you understand? When they come, we'll say try for work. But like APC, we will know before that the same APC now. All they think is about themselves. They're nothing but the country. So what thing we do when Madabio do, we will come by this on the table. And I believe say we leaders them able for say indeed some of the things we want for see for Salon tomorrow, maybe at that time they already they come to time say we need Salon for go before we all for bring come ideas how for move this country, and people are hopeful and Mr. Self hopeful because at the initial stage, like I said to you, I was like all over the place. But as time goes on, I begin get things the way they come out and things the way they happen. So I begin to say, oh, we have done something here boiling. What's in the boil? Now something we know say care for change the trajectory and the face of Sierra Leone. So Lord, we give it a try. It's a risk taking, but it can be a worth taking if we work with honesty. The NGC come with this alliance with all honesty. And I believe so we brothers them back who and sisters them waiting at the other side, them back could come with this with this you read something what we leaders say. What if we don't decide for come together? How we ready for build this country? How we need for unite the country? We build a national cohesion. Because for me, if we not get the peace we need, I'm glad we know they think about yes, we get drama, where people they go on social media, but we get to thank you. What may happen between July, August, or get August 10, and then they happen again. You understand? Or reach on that side there, you understand? Or get for discuss on the issue then why we get into the August 10 problem. Why we get them. Yes, police go out there and people that lost their life, but we will remember back see the policeman and back, the Sierra Leone police lost a lot of their colleagues then. So now we know, we therefore know what he bring come about the issues and the opposition do things then right for now we get there. The government also handle the situation well. Now we look out on it.
So what thing are you because I believe say you don't read the report. So what thing are you una NGC?
My perception, of course, where you don't need a platform, I believe in free speech. And I believe say are in a country where people get chance for getting chance for let exercise their constitutional rights want a free speech and also and give them time for go and protest. But one thing we know we get right in a salon is about lawlessness, because the problem is when we always do on these issues, yeah, we talk say Adabalata was opposition, yeah, then we talk say, hey, these things for we don't need in England. There are people that they demonstrate, people that they protest and what's your color. But my brother, we saw we get people and they where they talk say one day I for stay home, 2 days for stay home, the next day now for stay now for gonna treat. Mother you must go and you all everybody crowd gonna for gonna status for what's your color. And you see people like the late man where na evangelist Samson, you understand, saying that post things and I would call and say, you understand, this na the things that were inside
Or
people them,
within your
you understand.
opinion on, like, you see, but you see the international human rights
I see the
report,
report. But what I
and
just
then
want to tell you,
you see the you,
you two where we advocate for citizens will not much not be said about the woman them and the picking them we lost and daddy. When they lost and daddy, they want a policeman them. Including myself.
but
We
human
don't do
rights,
much.
no, the
But
human rights report.
it look like no
But
low come. Yeah,
at the camp,
yeah.
let know what is safe, let know.
No, but while we accept that side, they say
Yeah.
in
Oh,
about
but
30 years,
people,
there was citizen when they lost their life at that particular
of
time.
course,
But we know back
but you
say
see
the
human rights,
citizen back, then take the law in the hand. Some
yeah.
policemen they will not be even what you call them, they lost their life. So and people in there
But you see, they mention that as well, not so. But then, yeah, like what in are you views?
me on take,
You see condemn,
on
you
that
still condemn, you
law
still
put up
condemn extrajudicial killing where it happen.
the extrajudicial killing, you
Mm,
understand? What
mm.
happen? Trust
You
me,
condemn them or not
I condemn
as
her
an
totally.
entity?
As an
Okay,
NGC, I condemn him. And
okay.
secondly, you understand,
Mhm.
I condemn that. And at the end of the day, we don't get the reports. All everybody be feel say na report where it go come out and it go be a one-sided report. We don't get the reports where they set up a committee and the committee come out to come. We get for applaud back say again. People in the cry say, you understand, the Parliamentary what you call issue when they not be set up a committee, they not look into the investigation. But this one they get a what you call them and Emmanuel Safar them, they do a very good job. But you know that way around again, we these are the situations why today we have an alliance. An alliance we will come today and try to create a situation where we will get August 10 again. An alliance who will come today say, you understand, we will all sit down and think wise. Under Selu, you just say go agree with me, say under Selu things are better compared to Savola in time. You
So
understand?
what Leo say, Leo, yeah, will not say things are a bit quiet now because we will not see first any tension. We dey only establish that as well. Whether the police them, we don't see them don't be a bit professional on
Yeah,
easy.
they don't call for protest. April 27, the police they become professional and they not act and we
So
not see protest on them.
now ask you something. Let's go back to the elections, like with ECSL. You waiting at the NGC then position regarding them ID cards.
For me, the ID card them, they substandard and the ID card them and what you call them. But in the situation like this, they give the contractors and I believe say you get me. There should be an investigation into that process. You understand?
Mhm.
That I'm on sign and but with the issue they don't take place.
So the
At the camp. Why they say
NGC take a
substandard?
position on that.
What in?
Eh, the NGC, because remember, like una dey maintain una identity as an NGC, right? So now, as NGC, so now una say they go into the elections. Like you don't agree, say the ID cards then substandard. So meaning like lot of things impossible for less. So many things happen with them ID cards because if somebody in face not clear, they know who and who that they go use them or for go vote. Impossible for some malpractice take place. So now waiting at the NGC then your position regarding the ID cards.
My brother,
Mm,
the NGC, you understand? Them
mhm,
position at a particular time, they go to ECSL. And everything waiting me happen so about this ID card, the NGC make them position. You understand? But
mhm,
remember, during the time where this ECSL ID card become, NGC becomes a serious issues need for resolve. So we'll not be able to pull a press release. But there are things are concerned. But the good thing is about this ID card, they can be used. This is what we just agree. Yes, you don't know this country cycle. Now the one can put face na paper. You go vote. So this particular ID card, it gets all the security things and functions. Let's see how I get for operate. But as far as the people that we
No, but okay,
prepare the
so
ID card.
you disagree with the opposition where they say some of the security functions they know they work at all.
No, I disagree.
Now some phase.
I disagree with that side. The only problem I get with the ID card is about the quality of the pictures. That's the problem. But the security features are not a problem with security features.
You know, if you say it's possible now because of that, if somebody want for use some for make fraud, if not a well organized something, then go able.
You cannot use fraud on this ID card system. I just don't address this issue. The APC is a propaganda machinery entity and a cable created drama. Then no, you see at the company, you see say APC, there is no way APC will back out of this election. They are playing a strategy and they are playing a tactics. So for the fact that the security function in the work, I don't tell you say now yeah, it a vote without a face. So for people in there where you get some people and where they face them defaults, but they say the ID card and the work on the system, let them back engineers them. Let them go ECSL, let them test the cards them. But for come out say the electronic things that when they put by the cards them function, that's just APC for you. You understand? Now let them tell you when they make that thing they say, I look at them, I laugh. You understand? So now we just say the ID card them again for Kego, but me know the APC, the angle where they go. You understand? But what you get for understand at this country again, you get me? Opposition, where you in opposition, that not mean say you know the rig election. You understand? You get me? Cycle.
Yeah.
So we get very be careful with the APC, all the strategy where they talk. So that's we're not going to take that thing there for granted. We don't get the things them, then they come, they get the technicals them, technicians them, then they get
So what in now in a relationship with the APC, where in terms of now promoting national unity and national cohesion?
The relationship with APC, I don't feel say animosity there. The animosity between and the camp, between the executive and other members them, there is no animosity. It's among the Vuvuzulas them. You understand? Especially the APC Vuvuzulas. They're very bitter. You understand? But you see what I tell you yesterday. The leaders them there in one unity yesterday, and what you call them, and we get that particular line with them on top. Let me sitting here, you understand? I get beaucoup friends in APC. You understand? Just like what Dr. Kade said in this year. I get a lot of friends them. And we've done the work with APC. So building that particular gap and bring and come close in the national cohesion, and obviously it could be very difficult. Because Dr. Kadero scheme most of the leaders.
When Sierra Leoneans them for expect foresee the joint manifesto between NGC and SLPP?
Well, very soon. If you watch, last week the NGC released a public notice where they try to put them in committees. So the NGC, the structures their own people them and the experts them get a manifesto out, and that manifesto the SLP they get a manifesto. You understand? And I believe say they will put all these things together and for produce a manifesto.
So what in the NGC them views with regards to the contract where ECSL give for them ID cards here?
What in
the una own position with regards to the ECSL, then the way the contract where they give
my brother
ID cards.
If ECSL is an independent body, if they print an ID card with default, it's not default for all the opposition.
Yeah.
So now we get outside it. So
the
at the end
contract,
of the day,
we know that
the contract,
what they say at the camp, Mr. Jallo, at the camp, the contract will lead to these ID cards. Waiting now have been positioned because we know we've been see some publications around that where they say bidding not being like the process not being clear. And then
yes,
waiting now have been
and
positioned on that, or we not been talk anything, we not been get position on that.
no, we as NGC,
Mm-hmm.
you understand,
Mm-hmm.
this particular current dispensation, we are not part of that particular process. All we can do is if we have to advise and we put our own voice on side, we can do it. But at the moment, what happened with ACSL, what me back here is about something say again the contract with give the person not deliver. You understand it? And I believe
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, not from a party position, but for me personally, I believe say you understand there should be investigation into the process and are they the action take if there
So,
is any
so because
wrong
now
involved.
like you personally, for example, your own opinion say there should be an investigation. So let's say if the NGC did not hold that same views the while they were in parliament for say okay, you know what, we need for find out. So you know if you say the NGC themselves then they part of the problem.
They're not a part of the problem. Because the
Okay.
thing is, what's ever talk, if I make a
Mm,
talk, say, at the particular time, law put on this way. Everybody get their ideologies, everybody get
mm,
their ideas. The good thing is we share ideas together. You
mm,
understand? So what
mm,
we ever talk now, if the
mm,
NGC says something they need to go right, you understand? Then will come
mm.
the way their own ideas. But for me, at the moment right now, the focus for NGC and SLPP, um, I mean NGC, now for they into this alliance and make sure they bring stability in the country and for promote peace and national cohesion. Get that one fixed up and go to this particular what you call it. You talk about waiting, you talk about something we want to for promoting the country. You will not say salon rich with with good soil, and we know say at the moment right now salon able feed itself. So what we do, the next things apart from the peace and stability and national cohesion, we want for make sure say Salon at the end of the day, this coming 5 years we will concentrate on full security. You understand? Whereas we can able make sure say increase
So
budget on agriculture.
I ask one question before I think we get just few questions now before we go. But let me just remind Fumble them, then they listen to the then and now media empire. And me, Nataiku John, are the host, the great MAJ winner NGC, with the discourse on national issues and mainly with the focus on the NGC SLPP alliance. Because some, well, the NGC then don't go back to SLPP, especially the one that we've been did it before. But the Mr. Jallo say, and according to again, he did not the written agreement say the NGC, the political party, then they maintain their identity. And we get, of course, they don't feel candidates them. So when I don't feel candidates them, na the SLPP strongholds.
Let me make it clear to you. You
Yes, sir.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting we the arrangements about these particular candidates and not candidates and other things we
Mm-hmm.
will come out. Let's see the final list
No,
of the
no,
political party.
I just want to clarify. You don't when I don't put candidates let's say na Kaila
I
Kenneth.
make them earlier say
Mm.
the political parties they go into this candidates filling of candidates on the national what you call them. If you check on the agreement, you understand both of them
Yeah,
can work strategically. And I
yeah.
believe
So
say
ask
that
now
what
una don't feel candidate then a simple question I ask
for
you.
full candidates in
Una
Musa,
don't feel candidate then na the southeast.
we fill candidates in the southeast there.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So now ask you one maybe final question. Let's say Dr. Kande Yumkela, the NGC party, then decide for put forward because the SLPP they include una the government if they win. So they decide for put forward names. And let's say President Julius Maada Bio say, no, but I'm not comfortable with this. He reject. Or he put the person in for some time and then he decide, let's say cabinet reshuffle come, he decide for kick them out. What in the NGC they do? What in the even though you go say this now, una no going to, but what in the NGC go do in that sense?
Let we get to the other side. Let we
Okay.
come like a at last feeling of candidates and not feeling of candidates.
No, I
And
want you don't know,
all
Mr.
political
Jack,
parties, even
with
where
the
they don't feel candidates, where they don't feel candidates, they
Mm.
still get entitled for withdraw candidates across the country. You understand? In strategic alliance. But
Mhm.
like I ever tell you, I'm not going to disclose to you issues them what's at the arrangements. Because that was so this question we asked back so it deal with the stakeholders that we put together this agreement. And so me sitting here to you, I mean Naya, I know will tell you say this could be the answer, this is not going to be the answer. But one
So,
thing we have assured salon people them, and what are the assured salon people them, you understand? We believe in this alliance and we trust this alliance. But whereas if things go wrong on behalf against the people of Sierra Leone, you understand? NGC can take a position. You
okay.
understand?
So what
That's
you the
answer
type
your question. Is that answer your question?
well that like what you the try for say let just clarify or make a ask for further clarifications.
Yeah.
If NGC they talk because progressiveness like for being transparent back na part of it.
Yeah.
Right? But if NGC they get an agreement with a political party when at the SLPP, but key let's say una when a key stakeholders then at the party, una not even know the nitty-gritty because as like I asked some
Even if I know, I don't go make a to you, innit? Isn't it?
they come. So if but then how una they uphold now transparency?
We're not the pull transparency. It's a strategy. For being strategic, that don't mean say your police. What we tell the people in Sierra Leone, what we tell by the agreement, we'll give the agreement what we agree on, we tell to color. But when they can tell the people
why una no wale Sierra Leoneans they know what in the agreement bim then
no,
certain
the agreement is there. It's
Why
out.
no wale Sierra Leoneans they know, and especially now you like you they say no, this one I not too fair, I know like you know sabi what in they agree. So where is the transparency?
Now make I tell you for strategic reason, I not even if I know, I will not disclose that.
Okay,
Simple as
so that conflict
with concentration right now for make sure say NGC win more seats in Parliament, NGC win local council seats them, and also the alliance win the presidency. When His Excellency Madabio.
okay.
This is the thing. So the concentrate right now how we put things together, how we move that particular line there. Now we go to remember say where SFP and NGC when Madabio win the election, he win for the alliance. So now we get for the world get for government in power. You understand? So for me, this things of people before. Yeah.
Let's ask a final question. Will not get any let's say because as you say una they form committees for on policies. Let's say for example like this still they draw you back. If possible, let's say if President Madabio win for second term, he appoint some of the NGC then like deputy ministers. Then now let's say cabinet reshuffle come, he change the NGCs. Then now maybe una not go be happy. Una get any structure in place for address them issues and they in case they arise.
On the agreement, 13 Article 13 of the agreement make provision for mediation. If you check the agreement, certain committees and they where they mediate. The how they call guarantors them as act as buffer zone as moral guarantors them between the alliance. So if you check out the agreement, is there with the set up committees when the issues here arise. You understand? We'll get people that will call where they look into them. We hope they're not gonna arise because these are things we don't boil. Dr. Kane say it has been going on for over a year, and I believe say we don't people and clever like NGC and people clever like SLPP. They no say bottleneck get for day. But what I believe say we don't try for do make sure say that them go on deeply and try for make sure say they clear some of the bottleneck they get for day. And make sure say
when I get any clause because some of the details like you say so no more they no day like now this agreement we hide in the sea. But when I get any side we talk about, let's say if really because a mortal man una dey deal with human beings, and then if una really disagree, there is a deadlock. Is there any mechanism for seek court redress? Like for go seek, like una go sue them a court for breach of contract or anything in there? Any clause there?
My brother, the thing is about NGC
Mhm.
in terms of court redress. I not believe say that's supposed to be in the case on this issue. It should not be the topic, because when we go to this agreement,
Mhm.
both parties then come into this agreement in good faith. Like I said to you, His Excellency the President, he gets a own legacy for protect. He want deliver for this remaining 5 years. And also, remember the NGCD in this alliance also for continue for the in governance. You understand? So everybody need for come with their own, work very hard for make sure see this alliance prevail and deliver for the people. So for me, like you say, now if the things not go work, you understand? The NGC, just like quoting, if you don't pull the last article where we pull NGC is dying, they can approve people like you. Well, yeah.
Okay, okay,
So
okay. Let me help you that side
no,
because it's
they can't, not gonna help me.
yeah,
And they
na
just
me.
gonna tell you. So
Na,
for me,
mhm,
NGC get the
mhm.
capability as an institution for continue as an individual party. But at the particular time, we focus now for work with the SLPV in an alliance and work make sure say we deliver. We positive say the married girl for work. Now they will tell you. But whereas something like this thing can happen, which I'm not envisaging that happen, you understand? The
Okay.
NGC get the same capability for proceed as an individual party. You understand?
So,
That's
so
as
let
far as
me
it
just
goes.
help you because you make reference to article way I write. Fumble them again. Una no say me na the cycle John wake write like the long article as some people like can say. I be right when the NGC then like we been get the chairman when Dr. Dennis Bright in the Western area chairman with other people there like Zubairu, Mr. Zubairu, where they resign. So I be write an article in response to then resignations. Say if like then go along that path, like the NGC they break up. So and people them end up for command at the party, and we see councillor them back this BNTM where some NGC members them will be go cross over to SFPP. So like it's not about predicting doom for the SFPP, but as a political analyst, of course, now something happen. I make we say, okay, if we not continue this trajectory, this road here, now this thing will happen. But again, we don't see what you go tell we. Lastly, what you go tell we about? We don't see one of the Western area, former Western area chairman of NGC. He don't go to the ruling to the opposition. He say he go with, almost 410, but we don't see when the dispute in your like version saying that they go with people some NGC they resign, but when they say no. So how would they say the truth?
Let me put in this clear.
Mm,
The Secretary General is the
mm,
head of the Secretariat of the NGC party.
mm,
On the 13th of May, it came out
mm,
clear say after the resignation in February
mm,
from Dr. Bright at
mm,
Opias and Western Region, the
mm,
Arunzo room and everything. These are people like this way be say them close to me. You understand? After
mm,
that resignation, and I believe say as far as we concerned, will
mm.
not receive no resignation in April and in May for, from anybody. So for me, for somebody tell you say, if you go join another political party, if you don't become a member of the NGC, according to the constitution or I mean PPRC Act, it give you say you for resign a political party with it before I go to call out. Okay now, what it happen? Wait it happen so some of we go talk am. At appears where he resign, it gets some of we forum maybe get when I be long term forum he open. It had people in back we don't resign for let them in at the forum. So then people in there, some of them are NGC people we don't know. You understand? So what he do? Then it gets in your way we want go. the APC, so you want to build up your own image.
But you agree say-
So yes, of course, they go get 5 or 6 people among them where I go agree say
So
that
you agree say you go with people, but we don't know the actual amount.
no, we know the actual amount of people that we go to. Now make I tell you. If you go to people when you see the whole see they we go they not reach 10. So now make we first time say at all, if you know say people and they will to call them when I see we don't need a reflection at all 30 day and they will pass 10 reservation we will to call them. But by right at all, listen, you know, do you know that yeah.
When I say don't begin send people the way say okay, then they distance themselves from that. But when I not send
we're not what they send. It's about NGC is a well-run institution. If you know say at your peers don't go put your name say you don't resign at the party, what will they do? Will they tell you? You understand? Or they stop you for work until you clear you issue them at the camp. So what will do them people and they? Then people and then are people that will be saying that the camera party office and the counter color will tell them say, well, what we need for do, we don't agree, we not give you resignation. We not talk say we not left the party. But for let we what you call clear the conscience, we not what you call them, now make them can say, well, for now we can't tell we say, what you have to say, now lie per we, now make we give una the letter. They are not forced. But in terms of proof, loyalty to the party.
Because me, I think now only
one of the people where they talk so, what I can buy.
And now we talk about him say he go with 410. So, but Una say no.
But listen, we are all in Europe. We are all in Europe. You see APC party office. Do you see now office? You see people that reach 50. I ask you this question.
At the time, what are they say? At the camp now, Una say the man no go 410. So now later now we don't see for in order for disputes for establish you know go with 410. Una begin now for send.
Not how we begin. Now people and come. Now people and come.
Now at the camp, Mr. Jallo, let understand each other. Now una send only 1 or 2 people. Them will say we the distance yourself from this statement and from saying what we don't go join APC. But now only 2 people them, right? Because now I think na 2 or 1 but now I see na the voting self. So
maybe you don't see them. They will talk about now we don't go to that side. This is not it's not an Atopia's issue. Atopia's it don't work for NGC. I will sit down here. I had to work over 5 years. Ato is a very good promising gentleman. And at the end of the day, you understand that they tell you that the platform I had to work and what you call them. But at the end of the day, it do well at NGC, but NGC back empower which is a good at the candy. But for the fact that what he meet NGC so now if that the APC and SLPP go survive that what he meet them for their survival. For the NGC within 1 or 2 months, they lost a chairman in Ato and come again filling candidates them all over Western area and Western rural. You understand? This is not a party we break any way or form. We wish them good luck, but in other way around, we will say as an institution,
right? Ato been get a movement. So what in be membership of that movement there?
Well, the membership of that movement. The movement where we get that collection of NGC people where you put in a movement.
Yeah.
Including
now what in be the number of
I cannot tell you the number of the water column, but I will tell you say after delete a lot of people them will not be believed because some of we figure him out. It was putting out of with the type of do something for broke down NGC. But what is some of we figure out the camp? What is some of we figured out? A lot of people will figure out. You understand? So what we do, we what you call them out of begin removing at the forum. So for say out of what you call it remove over 200 people. So when it comes, we get a 300 people in a forum, it remove over 100 people, you not get better people in there. So later on, they begin out the APC people, if they lie to people and say, it gets
number. Okay, now if you get them people them over 300 people, so like because now the one the way they are in movement. So if he meaning if he say he don't go to 400 and something.
These are not his people. These are people who believe in NGC and Dr. Kande. It come
Yeah.
there at the protocol, and it's like March open a forum. I begin other people from NGC and go come. But why are they coming? They are coming because they believe in NGC and they believe in the ideas of Dr. Kane.
Can you make the sababu now for let them go? Then believe in you. Because remember, an chairman for Western area, not a Bobo position landing.
I agree on that particular position. Remember, after win election, we get over 3,000 votes. But if after believe say, in get the population, in get the population, why after unable even get 10 or 15? That's
So
the thing. So the people that they support them, they support them because of NGC and they support them because of the ideas of Dr. Kane.
He win with over 3,000 votes, right?
Yes, of course. But
okay,
that's the party supporters.
We say out of that 3,000, let's say for argument's sake, you go get let's say 410. We go
How you figure that out? It will get 100 because the man say he can't go to APC party office. I get a video and I will count reach 30 people from that video. And I will count 30 people from that video. So what we decide for talk now, you understand? NGC people feel say we go collapse. NGC we feel say we will to collapse. We show strength. We show say may they look and say a good mistake. We'll make the mistake we'll make. People will be planned for let them the mistake when they make. People will be planned for scatter we. Then not before make we go to convention. Having structures get over 8,000 soldiers all over the country. You know, ever broke them one green day. So this is why not the reason why NGC was not able to collapse. Then you tell me about PDMC. PDMC never put you go call PDMC. PDMC I call him Charles Magai. You understand?
They call him
yeah. They go to contest the last election. At the moment right now, where are they? Even though they form, let's see the results after the Gazette. Let we see if any political party in a salon, apart from NGC, when a third force, where they after the third force, where we put candidates them now 5 districts at the Kanaya at the bunker back say now maybe lie for them party then they cannot because of they are not institution. But where you compare PDMC in alliance because Madabio, I don't know. But when he come now, he can see the alliance. He can begin see what kind of the country. He might say right now, say, hey, what can they say about NGC? You understand? People were wrong. So, NGC can support all over the country.
This is Mr. Gallo, thank you very much. Like it's like you really like we don't engage on so many issues time day against we, so we really appreciate you. And then because I don't say waiting now your final message, but I think say you don't touch a lot of things. Except
I can give a final message. If you give me 1 minute, I can give a final message.
Yeah.
A message to NGC and them will keep the faith. The political party wanna join all them form together like a party for come save the country. The change message come for the people of Sierra Leone. That change message die. And we still keep our identity, we keep our values them. Then about that message they forming an alliance with SLPP, that not mean say you understand we dream is over. That's not still for add the Oni on top of Oni for now make sure say we will deliver quick as possible for now we will attain governance in 2023. We're gonna be part of governance and we're gonna win this election. Be on board, make sure say you vote for NGC on a council seat, you vote for NGC on the MP seats them, and also in the alliance president when Dr. Julius Madabio, when the alliance president way for the Progressive Alliance. So me believe say the NGC pathway and Dr. Kande, the vision way he gets, now the right vision for make sure say we take Una out of poverty and the current situation where they in the country, right? The hardship where they one of the things we'll go to alliance with the SLPP and we'll try to bring all people, all walks of life na salon is because of the current trend of the country and the situation where they. So in terms of violence, in terms of hardship and other challenges them. So now when I get forget the faith in the NGC and we'll all work together and in this progressive alliance and will deliver for the country. Thank you once more. I wish you all the best. United we stand united. Where they suffer na we boku. And also where you put Salo first, power. salongo bete. Being a match when I yours truly NGC when I call CEO match or face to face, and also NGMT when I the global NGC global media, and also the chief whip of the NGC UK and I. Thank you once more, Marge.
Thank you very much, Marge. That was MAJ, the chief whip for NGC in the UK and I.
So I want to believe that this program effectively has come to an end. So just a quick reminder, it was a brilliant program, fiery at most, but for good purpose. The difference in opinion. And one for say thank you to the guest, the NGC guest, Mr. Mohamed Jallo, and a brilliant job there by Sekou John. We hope for see Mr. Jallo in the future, probably most likely before elections. And then we're able to make some conversation again around after elections. We'll not get much for say again because the program has been held already. With the advice from Bullen tomorrow, on Thursday, don't forget to tune in. Sekou John will be hosting another presidential candidate for the June 24, 2023 elections in person of Mr. Mohamed C. Ba, who is the ADP presidential candidate. Yes.
The NDA, National Democratic Alliance.
The NDA, National Democratic Alliance, flag bearer presidential candidate for the June 24 elections, will be right here on this platform. This is the TNN TV media empire. Until we catch up again, and very, very soon, as close as Thursday, please remember to always search for the truth, look for the truth. It's not really far away from you. Ask the necessary questions, question more. Thank you so much to all. Goodbye, good night.